Hey everyone, this is Sabrina. Welcome back to my channel. For Wednesday's video, I usually have Everyday Explorers, and I do, but this time it will be clear stickers. I will be using stamps, but I am using the latest clear stickers as kind of my focus. And this is also a end project life page and a start project life page, which I've done in the past. Most recently, I did the end of February and the start of March. So now I'm doing the end of March, start of April. So I'm excited to put these pages together, and since they are together, I'm going to stick with the same color scheme with the spring colors of green and yellow and blue. I also have a little bit of a different configuration that I wound up with both sides being all vertical. I don't think that has ever happened to me where it's all vertical, but that's okay. I'm just going to make lots of journaling cards and do lots of stamping with my flowers. I also got this new blue ink, and I absolutely love the color. I will be using blue mainly on the left-hand side and yellow mainly on the right. That way it gives them a little bit of difference. Now, when I went to make this particular journaling card, I was thinking I would just stamp the blue flower like in the corners, but then I was like, oh, this is so pretty. I'm just going to keep going. And I wound up with a blue flower border all the way around, with a center portion that I can use for some journaling, which I will do in just a little bit. Added in some leaf stamping, of course, and then I can move on to my next step, which is going to be finding a sticker that works, and I went with Currently Thankful For. Now, one of the things that I did for this project that I really was happy that I did, because I didn't make too much of a mess, was use a scrap piece of paper that was larger than 3x4 to do my stamping on, which really helped to not make, marks on my whiteboard. Okay, so at the beginning of the video, I had gold yellow paper. Now, that is the paper I am going to wind up going back to, because when I went to go take photos of my project, I was like, whoa, that yellow is too bright. So I'm going to go back to kind of the goldish color later on. Now, on this particular card, I'm just doing a little bit of yellow stamping up at the top and a little bit down at the bottom. And I add a few more of those yellow flowers to this March title card. That way there is consistency. So the only card that doesn't have the yellow flowers will be the blue border one. I am going to go ahead and find some stickers to add, and then I will journal as I go. Now, all of my Project Life spreads have had clear sticker journaling, but I did not want to take the time to figure that out with, the measurements and everything like that. So I'm just writing it out. And like I always say, right, friends, it does not matter. We just keep going forward because we have the project documented, and that is what is most important. So I picked a major milestone, and I wrote my son turned 13. Wow, I really had a hard time with that. Personally, as mom, that was a hard birthday. Currently exploring, I put all the local trails. My husband and I visited 3 different locations during March, and it was awesome. Also put so much has changed, talking about the kids and how they're doing at school. And then made this thing. I talked about how my daughter and I made 4 different baked goods, and it was a lot of fun. So when I do the end pages, that is obviously more of a review, kind of like going over the month. And so when I do April, my journaling will be a little bit different because it's looking ahead to what is going to happen in the month. So I kind of have to think about my journaling in a different way when I'm writing it out, because it's like I don't want to give away what's going to happen in the month with my opening page, so I just give little hints as to what's going to happen. On this thankful card, I started out with a bang because I wrote teeth finally coming out after a 3-day battle. My poor daughter, she had a battle with a tooth that was not coming out. It was a pain for everybody involved. And I also wrote soccer games. My son is just incredible to watch on the soccer field. I wrote out a few different shows that we enjoyed and how we got our carpets cleaned. Woohoo, that is so exciting. And then some sprinkler fun and lots of great books. I'm going to bring it back together so you can see how it looks real quick, and then I will begin to work on the April side. And so I really love this. Again, I'm going to change the yellow paper because I did not like that. And now I can work on April. April is going to get a similar title card. Don't need to reinvent the wheel, and I'm also going to do some tearing, but this time I will add some yellow strip and a green strip because I only have 2 journaling cards to make for April since I wound up with 4 photos that I really liked. So I tore the yellow paper and the green paper, and then I put down the yellow, and what I'm going to have to do is just lift up the yellow when I am trying to put the green into it. And I'm going to use the same stamps except for the blue flower that I used on March. I am not using that on April, and I'm totally fine with that. So March is the only section that's going to have blue, but overall when you see this at the end, it's still going to look like a spread that's really cohesive. So on this title page, I took that flower that I've used in yellow ink and I stamped it in 2 different spots. Then I can add in the greenery, and I'll finish with some blue X's and circles. For right now, I just stamped my flowers on the other journaling card that I'm going to have, and then I'm going to just repeat the other things that I mentioned, the other layers. So on March, I was smart and I got my ruler so that way I could put the letters on top of the ruler and then lay it down. I didn't do that for April, so I have to peel up April really carefully, or the A really carefully, and then move it. Because I think I've told you guys before, these alphas are so sticky. Like once they are stuck, which is awesome for, long-term and longevity of your projects, but you got to make sure you have them in the right spot. So I was able to peel them up and get them where I needed them. And I added in my stamping of the X's and circles, and now I'm picking a sticker that can go for April. And I chose currently excited about, and I'm going to write out how we started off the month celebrating my husband's birthday. My daughter's recital for ballet was coming up. We had a spring break coming up, and of course, Easter. And my husband and I celebrated our 18 years of dating. And then I put rocking my workouts and showing up. Because if you watched my last Project Life video from, Sunday, I talked about how I need to include more of like what's going on with me in my Project Life pages. I think we should all do that, right? We are the ones documenting, but we should still include little pieces of us, right? I decided to take that great photo of my son and put currently playing because he made a paper airplane out of like some trash or a scrap piece of paper, and it was just his faces that he makes are just the best. I just love them. So on this card, I didn't know what kind of design I was doing. I was just kind of going with what I was feeling. And what I felt was 2 large yellow flowers and then some greenery kind of going into the middle of the card. I messed up on the greenery a little bit, so I'm going to fussy cut out a leaf and just cover it up. Because I tried to double stamp and fix it, but it just got smushed. So I'll fix that little stamp boo-boo with stamping on white paper. Now you can't even see it. I chose 2 stickers, scenes from our everyday, and these are the best days. So, and then what I'll do is I'll do a little paragraph about how it's going to be a busy month. We have a break from school, and we're going to celebrate Easter with Oma and Opa. And I also said that we are continuing to make times for hikes and weekend lunches with kids baking. It continues to be one of our favorite things is eating our lunch at the coffee table on the weekends and watching our kids baking show, which my daughter and I just absolutely can't get enough of. We just love watching it, and it's such a fun weekend activity that we do together. Okay, so that is the last of the journaling, and now I can bring everything back together and get it into my album. I am going to pick out another sticker for a photo, the photo of my kids. This makes me so happy. That way, because to me, I felt like I needed to have 2 photos with stickers on them. Also added some blue dots and X's to that one card. That way all the cards have that blue stamped little mixed stamp on it. Switching things around just a little bit, making sure I like them. Then I'll grab my album and I can put it into my album. And like I said, I will switch out to the gold strips of paper. And that's it, you guys. I hope you have enjoyed seeing these 2 pages come together and how to use the stickers. I'd love a thumbs up or subscribe if you are new to my channel. All right, have a great day. Bye.